Hope you studied for today's final because it's a real killer. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Jimmy Huston's college campus slasher, Final Exam. Released in 1981, Final Exam feels a lot like one of the frat boy comedies of the period merged with Halloween, except it's not as good as the frat boy comedies of that era or Halloween. But hey, points for trying, I guess. Huston's slasher may not be on the same level as the classics, but can it graduate with a degree in splatter? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is brought to you by patrons Robert Panetti, Ryan, and Cat-Eyed Crow. Not gonna lie, a cat-eyed crow sounds kinda scary. If you want to help me make videos, check out the Patreon. You'll find a link in the description and pinned comment below. Alright Ramblers, let's get rambling. We fade in on this wide shot of what I'm assuming is a school. It's nice they built this right on Crystal Lake. This is gonna make life a lot easier for Jason. It's like having a home office. Oh boy, introducing credits. That just means our script was so bad we couldn't find any real actors to star in this movie. And after some credits, we then jump over here to Lover's Lane. Things aren't going so well for Biff, though. So babe, how do you like your eggs in the morning? Oh, you know, unfertilized. Check out this hair. This dude's got so many feathers going on, he's practically a bird. After some cajoling, they adjourn to the rear of the vehicle. And you know what they say, kids in the backseat make accidents. Accidents in the backseat make kids. Then suddenly this car's a rocket, because someone's outside knocking.
Did you feel that? The car moved. Someone's out there.
Yeah, it's probably some of the guys on the team.
After that, the killer makes his move.
Alright, that's it!
The good news for these two is being dead is a 100% effective form of contraception. And cut to Lanier College. Here at Lanier College, we offer a rich academic curriculum and a campus full of white people. Like Courtney here. Oh snap, there's the bell. Can't be late for underwater basket weaving. Christ, where is she hanging out? The clock tower where Charles Whitman shot all those people? Then she meets up with this dork, who's busy crying about his chemistry exam.
But I have to make an 82 on this exam to pass the course. And if I don't pass the course, my parents stop making the payments on my car.
Look, I had a lot of chemistry jokes I was gonna put here, but I didn't think they'd get a good reaction.
I hate chemistry. I mean, chemistry hates me. It's that simple.
Hey man, you're pretty wound up. You should probably go molecule off. I can sympathize with him though. Organic chemistry is tough. I had all kinds of trouble with it when I was in school. Mark's whining is interrupted when Radish shows up.
Did you hear what happened at March College?
Hi, Radish.
Hi.
Yeah, his name is actually Radish. I guess they call him that because he's only sort of awesome. Anyway, he's got news about the March College murders.
2 kids were snuffed while parking at the lake.
No one says 2 kids were snuffed.
And, to top it all off, the guy was their first-string quarterback.
Awesome, that means we got a shot at winning the homecoming game. Then it's time for stranger danger as someone drives through in their creeper van. From there, we jump to the chemistry exam, where Budget Donald Sutherland makes this joke.
If they observe any cheating, they have been instructed to alert a highly skilled sniper that I've placed in McWilliams Tower.
This dude's like, school shooting joke? Not cool, man. Professor Sutherland isn't staying for the exam. He's doing his own chemistry experiment out here with Lisa. Rawr. Step into my office. We can work on forming a covalent bond. Honest to God, I somehow pretty much flunked chemistry, but I can make these jokes all day.
Then why don't you leave?
Because I love the sweet young girls that throw themselves at me.
Well, at least he's honest, I guess. Then he makes his move. Billions of neutrinos penetrate you every second. Mind if I join in? She shuts him down, probably because she doesn't want to do it on the periodic table.
How about here and now?
Sorry.
But she does give him some sugar. This is like watching her kiss her granddad, if we're being honest. Back outside, the killer's still driving around. It's clearly a man because he's obviously lost and won't stop to ask for directions. He does finally stop, but it's not to ask for directions. What the hell is going on? I thought this was a slasher movie, not the inspiration for Gus Van Sant's Elephant. But hey, Mark isn't going to let a good tragedy go to waste. He takes this opportunity to score his own exam. An 82, just what he needed to pass. That's not suspicious at all. Back outside, the gunmen are stealing the corpses. And Radish runs in to call the authorities. Why does it look like he just really has to pee? And if you guessed this was all a prank, give yourself a screenwriter's credit.
All right, Marty out the gamma strikes again!
Man, 1981 really was a different time. Imagine trying to pull this shit today. But wait, there are 2 vans in this movie, and the killer is still on the prowl. Hey ladies, do you believe in love at first sight, or should I drive by again? They wind up in the cafeteria. There was just a school shooting, but everyone's like, well, just another day on campus. Anyway, Mark shows up. His helmet hair is ruining everyone's appetite.
Say, by the way, when are we going on that midnight ride?
Lisa's like, look, I'm only an older man, and guys who understand chemistry. Oh, and guys with walrus mustaches. You're 0 for 3. After lunch, we take a ride on the dumbwaiter. Why? Hell if I know. Then this guy's like, it's time to take out the trash. No, really, these bags are full. Time to head to the dumpster. And like 3 hours after masked assailants brutally gunned down students, the cops finally arrive. Your tax dollars, hard at work. And no wonder it took him so long to get here. Officer Brendan Gleason here had to eat.
Oh, they happen. But not in my county, and not on my supper time.
He's not happy about having supper interrupted, but he does lay down some ominous foreshadowing.
Well, we'll just see. Because one of these days, you boys are going to be in trouble, and I am going to be there to take you home.
And with that, he's off. Better head out. I'm behind on my quota. Over in another movie, Courtney heads home, but she's being stalked. I'm glad our killer wears dad jeans and he thought ahead and brought a jacket. Don't want to catch a chill while stalking college kids. He's really hardcore stalking her, too. No, we totally didn't steal this scene from Halloween. You're imagining things. Back inside, Lisa offers Courtney some solid life advice.
The important thing to know is how to get what you want. That's what'll help you later on, not grades.
But what if you're a dude? Then she demonstrates. This is basically how 2 broke college students' moving company got started. If you were hoping for, I don't know, some killings now that we're 35 minutes in, well, you'll be waiting longer as we watch more jibber-jabber between Courtney and Radish. She heads back to her room, and man, this killer really sucks at hide-and-seek. Good thing she's oblivious. Back in the room, Lisa wanders right into a jump scare. Man, that book almost clocked her. Who said words can't hurt? And of course, this leads to more talking. Director Jimmy Huston didn't want to make a traditional slasher film, so we're stuck listening to these boring cardboard characters prattle on endlessly. Thanks, Jimmy. Back at Radish's place, he's hard at work figuring out how to maximize his DPS for his next World of Warcraft raid. These numbers are amazing. If Ragnaros drops the staff of never getting laid +1, I'll be top of the chart. His calculations are interrupted when Wildman and Mark barge in. Look, man, we're getting a molten core clear this weekend. You better not screw it up. To show they're serious, they toss Radish like he belongs in a salad.
I'm talking about cold, clammy, maggot-infested death.
Hey, that's enough, Wildman.
Glasses off, glasses on. Continuity is hard. That night, random 35-year-old fraternity pledge Gary is on a stealth mission. It's like Assassin's Creed, only somehow even less interesting. Fingers crossed he gets murdered violently. I will say, locking your door seems sort of pointless when they don't connect to the ceiling. Not sure the architect thought this through. Don't look now, but the cameraman is creeping up the steps. Gary grabs the test and makes his escape, right into this jump scare. Should we celebrate stealing the test right outside of the office where we stole the test from? This seems like spiking the ball before you hit the end zone. And then they haze him, and it goes from night to daylight, because again, continuity is hard. Wildman wants to take things to the next level. Burn the witch! Oh wait, wrong movie. My bad. Back in Courtney's room, she's busy playing with herself.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. She's playing solitaire, with actual cards. Then Janet shows up and demonstrates why she's flunking out of psychology.
I'm still happy. It's just that I'm depressed.
Back outside, it's night again, and Gary's still tied to this tree.
It's okay.
The good news is he's not alone. The bad news is it's another fake out.
Anybody, can you help me? I'm freezing.
Over here.
Oh, good, Mitch.
Jesus Christ, movie, come on! Deputy Droopy's like, I'd offer you a drink, but I see you're all tied up. Janet does finally head out to save him, but it might be a race with another fake out.
Is that you, Mark? Wild man, don't you ever give up?
Man, for some reason I remember Conan being tied to the Tree of Woe looking a whole lot different. He's free and about to take off, but our killer finally drops in for a visit. He's clearly feeling a little stabby after not doing anything for the past hour. I can relate. And don't look now, but we might be getting a twofer. Janet's out here with the killer now too.
Gary, is that you?
She knows something's wrong, but she flees right into Animal from the Road Warriors, who snags her with the clothesline. Wildman's over here in another movie stealing pills from the gym. It's the 2-minute warning for him though as our killer appears. Then our sensibly dressed killer puts him down with a tomahawk chop that would have made Wahoo McDaniel proud. And it's a good thing Wildman stole all those pain pills because he's gonna need them. Wildman's getting tossed around like a doll, and it's clear he needs to hit the gym. Then the killer gives him a taste of his pimp hand. Look at that carpeted deadlift platform. What is going on in this gym? Anyway, the killer's like, I think you've been skipping neck day, so I'm gonna adjust your programming. Start with 3 sets of 10 on these cable neck pulls. And time's up. Back at Courtney's place, Radish shows up. Hey, I brought Listerine. Bottoms up. He leaves, and wait a minute. Does her roommate actually have a photo of the chemistry professor? What the hell? Back over at the gym, Mark shows up looking for Wildman, but all he finds are these Anabol pills. Someone's gonna get jacked. Oh, and then he finds Wildman. Seems sort of fitting he got stuffed in a locker. Let's be honest, his corpse probably still smells better than his gym clothes. Mark flees, but the killer is on his tail. He winds up in Freddy's boiler room, then confronts this conundrum. Dude probably did as shitty in probability class as he did in chemistry. He eventually picks one, and surprise, he gets stabbed in the gut. Somewhere, Monty Hall is shaking his head in disappointment. Now Radish is headed to the gym. It's really nice everyone's gathering in one central location. Saves the killer from having to warp around campus. Also, I like that the pace of the kills is picked up. This almost makes sitting through the first hour worth it. Almost. Radish finds Mark. I don't think this is what they meant by meat locker. Then he calls the cops.
Operator, this is an emergency. Give me the sheriff, please.
And if you guessed the cops weren't going to believe him because of the call earlier, give yourself another screenwriter's credit.
And we could all be in danger. Fine. I'll take charge myself then.
He then runs to find Courtney, but surprise, the killer's here. He Jack Torrances the door. Oh no, could this be the end of Radish? Oh hey, remember Lisa? Yeah, she's still in this movie. She's not at the gym. She's waiting for Professor Donald Sutherland. Maybe he's gonna paint her like one of his French girls. Back at Courtney's, Radish is dead. Well, either that or he's in a dormant state. Over at the art studio, Lisa figures out this isn't Donald Sutherland. Only too late. He stabs her and everything grinds to a hilt. After that, the killer's after Courtney, which means we're on the way to the final girl showdown.
Come on! This is serious! It's an emergency!
And because she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, she hides in the cafeteria, a room full of windows. Nice work, Courtney. After some cat and mouse, the killer somehow rides in on the dumbwaiter. Yeah, let's just roll with that. And even though we never see it, she clearly went Rambo and drew first blood. You can see the knife sticking out of him. Say it with me, continuity is hard. I gotta say, this is the least intimidating killer since Luigi Montefiore was killing people while wearing Pumas in Absurd. He's not real bright either. He walks right into this trap. I gotta say, Courtney's behavior there was very unladle-like. After some more chasing, they wind up at the tower. Another great decision by Courtney. Let's go to a place where you can only go up. Luckily, she's not alone. The coach shows up for reasons, and he's brought his bow. The good news is help is on the way. The bad news is Coach is so fat he's gonna have a heart attack by the time he gets to the 3rd flight of stairs. He takes aim, but our killer channels his inner Sho Kasugi and goes all Revenge of the Ninja and snags the arrow right out of the air. Well, it was worth a shot. Do you kids even remember Revenge of the Ninja? Christ, I'm old. Coach runs up, but the killer makes his point. He doesn't take an arrow to the knee, but he does take one to the chest. The killer turns his attention back to Courtney, but she's laying the lumber. Knock on wood, this works out for her. She's beating on him like he owes her money. I mean, really, this is basically her boardroom at this point. And you could say he's falling for her. And he's dead, right? Come on, have you guys never seen a slasher movie before? Of course he's not. He grabs her foot and she gives him a knife-altering experience. Oh yeah, who was this guy? Why was he killing these kids? What happened to Professor Donald Sutherland? Did Mark scam to pass chemistry work? Did these kids get automatic A's for the semester for surviving? Look, Final Exam ain't got time to answer these questions, man. Final Exam is yet another slasher film from 1981, a year that was really something special for slasher films. This is not one of the best offerings from that year. It takes way too long to get rolling and spends too much time on dull characters, but man, once the killing starts, it redeems itself a bit. But can this film ace its Final Exam and earn the coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Final Exam should have spent more time studying. We're treated to multiple stabbings, a strangulation, and that long fall. Unfortunately, director Jimmy Huston wanted to make a character study slasher film rather than the more gory stock and kill flicks of the period. Even when we do get to the kills, they're not overtly bloody or innovative. Because of that, I can only give Final Exam 2 barf bags out of 5, even grading on a curve. Guessing it's going to have to take summer classes to pull up its GPA. Looking for another Teens in Peril slasher? Then be sure to check out my review of Slumber Party Massacre. You'll find a link here on the screen after I get to the outtakes. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters. I can sympathize with him though. Organic chemistry is tough. I had all kinds. Fuck, I can ruin my own jokes. And like 3 hours after master set... Oh, this might be the worst ever. Wow, that's way too fast. And now it's too slow. And like 3 hours after Masked Assailant... red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I can sympathize with him, though. Organic chemistry is tough. I had all kinds of trouble with it when I was in school. All kinds. Oh my god, dude, you're such a disaster. Christ, where's she hanging out? The clock tower... Come on, tongue. Let's work together and we can get through this.